Hi, I'm Tammy Fontana with your Mental Health Spa Day. Today I'm talking about maybe an issue that people don't realize when they have very low self esteem or self worth, and they don't feel good about themselves. Maybe they don't like themselves. Is one way that your low self esteem can affect your partner is they may feel an inability to truly express themselves to you because they can feel how um, you're sensitive to any perceived rejection or feedback. And in the beginning, this can be navigated, but over time, it can really start to break down in a relationship because when you have low self-esteem, and this can come from all sorts of different sources, but you may struggle to understand that people can have reactions to you which aren't necessarily about you. They're actually about your partner, and that they're trying to educate you about how they're experiencing you. And if you haven't developed the internal self-esteem, self-worth, that kind of ego strength, it can make it really hard for people who are in a relationship with you to be able to share. Maybe they might say things like, hey, I know you meant to do a really nice job, but I don't like to have dinner this late at night, so if we could in the future have dinner earlier, you could take that and you could feel really hurt. So a common way is when people are trying to tell you about how they are experiencing you, your reaction might be, oh, you feel hurt, you feel offended or something. Or you could get really defensive. And so this constant feeling like defensive or hurt will kind of uh, will really handicap your partner in terms of being able to see you. And then the subsequent effect is when the person can't feel like they can talk to you or express their needs or wants or reactions to you, which isn't necessarily about you, it's about them, they will start to feel more and more disengaged. And maybe it may also affect your sex life. Over time, you can start to feel more and more distant and have a lot of these things. And even where you might even start to sense there's something wrong with them, but because they know they're not able to tell you without some sort of negative reaction from you, they'll usually say, oh, nothing, or nothing's wrong, or it's fine. So again, then there's this kind of growing apart. So low self-esteem is something that can't be managed by your partner. It actually has to be managed by you. So one of the things that you would want to start doing if you're starting to become aware of it's really hard for you to hear how your partner experiences you, or you're taking feedback and maybe you feel really bad, or you feel guilty, or you feel low self-esteem. Maybe even listening to this talk is very painful. The good news, there are ways to start to get healed. And one of those ways is starting to, you know, develop internal boundaries and learning how to work with yourself and starting to see, what are your feelings versus what is your partner's feelings, and maybe working with your partner to ask them to tell you how they're experiencing something, but asking them to go really, really slow with you because it may be hard or painful. And what you can practice is often telling them, so what you're saying is, this isn't about me, this is about your experience of me. So you're trying to tell me something about you. And maybe that will help you to start to see that when people are trying to tell you about something about themselves in reaction to you, it's actually about them, not about you. And so trying to really practice listening and seeing if you can hear that it's about them in reaction to you. And and then the other thing you'd want to start to work on is, understanding your own self-worth, your own self-value, whether you can do that on your own or seeking therapy, because low self-esteem is something that can really take a really nice relationship and add a dynamic where it starts to break down, because in order for relationships to function and be healthy, people need to be able to share how they're experiencing their other person, their partner, because they may need their partner to help them accommodate or adapt because of who they are. So relationships are this thing where we have to negotiate and form agreements and accommodate the other person without, sacrificing ourselves or asking the other person. So I hope this was a helpful perspective for you. Thanks.